What's up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? So we're going to be getting a forum post today. For those that are just watching this video or this live stream VOD, I will timestamp the living poo out of it. What's going on there, Christian? So we are waiting for the big enchilada forum posts, and in fact, let me check it real quick. Let's see. See if it's there yet. Nope, nothing there yet. So we got a little bit of a wait. So since we're waiting, I decided I would knock out one of my check marks here, and that is Pure Strategy Massacre, Alchemical Labs. What do we have in the deck? Let's just use up all the DU here. In fact, you know, I could just throw some XP heroes in the deck too, which is some heroes that still need a little love. Or not. Sith Phil, what's going on? Patiently awaiting the forum post here. Anyway, as I mentioned, for those that are just joining, I'm going to be doing it a little differently today. You know, normally I go through and I edit it up and all that stuff and read through the forum post and then edit the crap out of it. Today we're going to do an actual live unveiling together, so you guys will get the raw opinions. We'll see how it goes. I will timestamp this like crazy. That way people can just jump forward through all this crap. But at the moment, we are just waiting for, we're waiting for the post to happen. So I don't know when it's going to be. I mean, hopefully soon. Figure it's what? It's coming up on 3 p.m. Chromie time. Is there on the East Coast? JT, what's going on, man? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's coming up on 3 p.m. Chromie time. So, I mean, you'd think it would be posted soon, right? Those guys work, well, I mean, they're working remote right now. I'm going to be streaming later on over on Twitch there, JT, doing a little, still going through my Subnautica playthrough. Well, I mean, they revealed this stuff. They gave us the teaser of the stuff on Friday, but it wasn't the fully written out things, you know? It wasn't the fully written out stuff and things. Should throw some love on this one too, huh? How the R's holding up? The R's look good for now, but you know, we can hit them. Get a little more power on his electrics anyway. Oop, wrong one. Thanks there, Shane. I do appreciate it. Let's this will be, you guys will get a peek into my life here when we know that there's a big news announcement coming. I can't get anything done. Like, I'm just gonna let this run, and I'm gonna keep tabbing back and forth and see when we get the post, right? Nothing yet. Nothing yet, dang it. What's going on there, Rustbus? How you doing? Well, welcome there, Omega. Welcome, welcome. Come on, Chromies, post the news. I've been sitting here spamming. There's Phil. I've been spamming refresh for like over an hour. So, like I said, you guys get a little sneak peek into some of the behind the scenes of what it looks like when a completely crackhead level addicted Dungeon Defenders player is waiting for news. This is exactly what it looks like. Lots of refresh buttons. What's going on there, Phil? What's going on? Give us the beans, Phil. Tell us all the stuff. Time for the coffee, no doubt. No doubt there. Well, I don't have a static link yet. Phil can put it in. Or, no, Phil's not modded on this one. Let me see here. I'll get you. This is the page I'm refreshing right here. I mean, I'll have all the links in the description after, but since we're doing this live, I don't have everything ready there. So timestamps, descriptions, all that stuff will all come after. You don't like beans? Well, Phil, that's fine. If you don't like beans, just give them all to me, and I'll eat the beans. Green beans don't count, JT. That resembles a vegetable way too much. Green beans are ewy things. Well, I mean, coffee beans, you know. I mean, coffee beans are what make the world go round, right? Let's see. The wait. The wait. This is Douglas the coffee guy, by the way. Very nice. Cocoa beans. Yeah, I mean, those beans do not... Coffee beans, cocoa beans, they do not resemble a vegetable. So beans that resemble a vegetable are lower quality beans. Beans that do not resemble a vegetable are all top-notch stuff. Jelly beans. I mean, jelly beans. You know, I just had a discussion with my wife last night. My mother-in-law likes jelly beans, and I like jelly beans. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with jelly beans. But anyway, she went to, like to Walmart or whatever, and they didn't have any jelly beans. And you know, her mom wanted some jelly beans, and she's like, "Oh well, you know, nobody eats that shit anymore. That's like old people food, old people snacks." It's like, man, jelly beans are good. The hell are you talking about? Jelly beans with sock flavor? That might be a bit of a stretch. Bill's purposely. Oh, this is pure strat, best hero. Unlocking, just getting the pure strat unlocks done. I haven't gone through pure strat at all. Jump, little fella. All right, let's look again. Ugh, come on, Brittany. Come on, Brittany. Get to posting. We wants the news. I usually play pure strat while I'm doing other things, so I don't actually actively play pure strat. I'm gonna lie. Here's my pure strat technique. You're watching it. This is it. I usually chill right here and then do other things at the same time. Oh, it doesn't look like the music is coming through very good. I might have it turned down too low. We don't have a date on when yet, Yamashu. They've been very... Whenever someone asks, they've been very quick to the... It'll release when it's ready. So it's not coming soon. It's not going to be here this week. It's not going to be here next week. I mean, I think if we're lucky, we'll get it within a month. And even that might be pushing it. I got my phone set up with notifications too, in case they post it up on Twitter and I miss it. Let's see. Does the mana disappear on Pure Strat? No. Okay. Hell, I don't need to run around and collect. Why run around and collect when you can refresh browser pages? No such luck yet. The waiting room. You're guessing about 6 weeks? I think that's a really fair guess there, Elmer. Well, I don't know, Daniel. I don't know. It depends. That one could go either way. The game is fully submitted to the Switch right now for its initial certification. I forget what they call it. But like Switch's initial certification. So now Switch notoriously takes a long time to go through that stuff. Lot check, yeah, that's what they call it. Switch has, like I did some research on other games, and just the Stardew Valley 1.3 update. This is an update of a game that had been out for many, many years. Just the update lot check took 2 weeks in Stardew Valley 1.3 update. There's another game that reported it took over a month for a lot check on an update. So they're notoriously slow about their lot checks, but, you know, if you keep your fingers crossed, we're waiting for it, A301. This is the waiting room. I've been diligently checking it here to see when it's there. And it's just not there yet. In 6 weeks, your exams will be over. I mean, I just want it to be good. I mean, I want it today. You know, I want to play it right now. I don't want to go freeze to death in Subnautica this afternoon. I want to play DDA. But on the same note, I want it to be a fine-tuned update, you know? I want all the things to be in order and no train wrecks. So, you know, although my patience level is non-existent, my willing to accept realism is fairly decent. So this is going to be a when we get it thing. For anyone that's just joining now, I know a lot of folks have popped in, or anyone that's watching this VOD later, I will have full timestamps on everything, because I don't know. I mean, I might finish this pure strategy before the post actually hits. We'll have to see. You know, I have no real idea when it's coming. But that's not stopping me from spamming refresh on my browser. Make sure she didn't post it somewhere else. Now, you'd think it would show up in this news feed. And it's not there yet. Oh, I don't know, Murphy. I mean, it literally could be an hour until it gets here. I just wanted to try this format lately. Or I just wanted to try this live format. So while we're going through the patch notes, we'll get all the info out there, and I'll timestamp it for people who don't want to be involved with the discussion and just want the info. But it allows us to get a little discussion going at the same time as we're going through the forum post and the feature reveal. You only need to beat Wave 10, I think, to get the achievement. So, I mean, you got to get the check mark, though, is the thing, right? I've only got the check mark on one Massacre Pure Strategy map now. I just haven't felt the need to grind for check marks yet. That will come later. I mean, I do want to get that achievement because I know that the Pure Strat achievement is no longer bugged and it's working properly. So I would like to at least get that achievement because I'm only missing 2 trophies. I'm missing the Pure Strat one and then the Big Enchilada. They gave us a basic rundown in the Friday stream, Sanush. There's a video on my channel going through it all. Today, what we're waiting for is the full forum post that completely outlines everything. Is what we're waiting for right now. Just fire this up. And we'll keep on refreshing. Come on! Give us the news! No, Pure Strat loot is crap. Pure Strat is survival loot without hardcore turned on. So I'm just doing it for the achievement. There's 0 loot to be had. It's a good entry level place. Like, if you can't complete the survivals yet, but you can complete Pure Strat, then, you know, you're going to get better loot. You're going to get better loot on Pure Strat, the final, like, Wave 20 to 25, than you're going to get on survival, say Wave 10 to 15 or whatever. So if you're having a trouble pushing in survival, you can do Pure Strat for the loot. And same thing with like pets. Say you're having a trouble, if you're just starting the tier and you're having really trouble getting to Wave 15 to collect the pet, Pure Strategy is going to be a valid option for you to get yourself a pet. So it's perfect for starting, just starting in the tier. I'm looking forward to it too, Starlord. I actually have my PlayStation set up in my new studio here. I don't have an Xbox in here. The wife has requisitioned it. But my PlayStation's all set up and ready to go. Nah, no rifted gear from Pure Strat. There's no rifted mode for Pure Strat. I mean, you got enemies in Pure Strat that can't take damage, that won't take damage from towers if you didn't have fusion towers set up. So it's, I'm not even sure if it even makes it to the game mode. Dylan, what's going on? How's things today? Guess I could let the juice pile up a little bit more instead of keeping on with it. if I actually finish this map before the post gets here, I'll probably just pop into a regular survival map. But let's take a look again. Let's see. No. Please, Brittany, we are waiting on you. I promise to never call you bro ever again, or dude. I won't do it. I won't call you bro or dude. Yeah, no doubt, Dylan. Second guy in the tavern have a purpose on the new update besides showing our inventory? You talking about the tavern keeper? Probably not in this update. They haven't revealed anything about it yet, but like traditionally in Dungeon Defenders 1, the tavern keeper had a rolling supply of goods. So I'm assuming eventually the tavern keeper will have a store or a shop that has loot in it. Like in DD1, it has pets, you know, pets, random armor, weapons. None of it is usually super high quality. I mean, I guess RNG can happen. You know, you can get that 1 in a bazillion chance and get something really good from it. Oh, still waiting there, 96, still waiting. I've been refreshing frequently. Still not here yet, though. This is the waiting room. There is a zero doubt there. We are in the waiting room. They'll give us a release date when they have one. They don't have a release date yet. They said it's not done. So, and they said they'll get it to us when it's done. So, this is not an update that's going to be here next week. You know, it's going to be a while. It's going to be a month. It's going to be 2 months, whatever. Nah, Chromatic will never give me anything first. I mean, I think that would be really awesome. I like what you're thinking there, number 96. But that's not a reality. What's going on, Zayden? How's the new house? The new house is awesome. It's a lot of work. A lot of work. In fact, I've got to get to cutting some grass. We got a riding. My mother-in-law bought a riding lawnmower, a badass Husqvarna something or another. I can't remember the model number, but the thing looks really awesome. The new house will equal a face cam. The new house has a new roof leak at the moment there, JT, and sadly it is in my studio room. So I was actually setting the cameras and my green screen and everything up. Like I've got everything to mount my green screen and everything going now. And it was right in the middle of a live stream. Right in the middle of a live stream, it started pouring rain. And it was just blasting me. Right onto my desk. Right on my little computer desk. Nothing got ruined. But yeah, I think I fixed it. But I'm not positive I fixed it. And we haven't had rain since then. The old hose check. The old hose check passed. But, you know, I want real, actual rain. As soon as I can ensure myself that that's fixed, then I'm going to move my desk and everything back over where I want it. And I'll be using a camera then. Well, you start off, you got a four hero deck, Zayden, so you make 4 heroes to start. I would make 1 of each hero, and then you keep 4 of them in your deck at all times. My personal recommendation would be the EV, Monk, Huntress, and Apprentice. But that leaves the Squire behind, and I know a lot of people are big Squire fans. So you have to kind of choose who you want to level up first, but you want 4 heroes in your deck. All right, let's look again. Let's look again. I'm not a giant orange. Well, spoilers, Dylan. I'll let you know now. I am not a giant orange. My arms, my face, and everything are getting a little orange. I got a bit of a farmer tan going on. It's not there yet, Murphy. It's not there yet. Nope, not an orange fill. Well, fusion armor sets are specific to defenses, not to, or more, I guess more specifically, defense slots, not a particular hero. So all of the fusion, like, you know, say for example, primitive gear. Primitive gear is specific to the 5th defense. So if you use it on an EV, it would be fusion buff beams. If you used it on a monk, it would be a fusion enrage. If you used it on an apprentice, it'll be fusion DSTs, etc. Mason, what's going on? All right, come on. It's going to be there, right? It's going to be there. It's not there yet. I promised. Brittany, that's it. It's not there in 10 minutes. Everyone call Brittany bro. I heard she loves that. Okay, don't call Brittany bro. You can give her a bruh. Or a dude. But no bro. No bro. We're waiting for a big forum post that's revealing full details, or as much as details as you can get in writing on the feature changes that are upcoming, the DDA. She'll delete the post if you call her that? Well, you send it somewhere where she can't delete it, Phil. I can call Brittany bro all I want on Twitter. She can't delete it. She can block me, and I can still keep doing it. What wave were we even on? Wave 13. I mean, it was promised on Monday is what we know. We also know that, I mean, what time is it? It's 12:30 my time, or almost. It's 12:24 my time, which means it's 3:24 in Chromieville. So it's 3:24 in Chromieville. How late do these guys want to work? Do they want to work super late? Or do they want to be off before 4? Well, you know, it's Monday. Ain't nobody wants to work late on a Monday. I mean, people will, but nobody wants to. We got Phil and Mason here. You guys can go hit the force publish button. The force publish button on the old forums. You know, there's got to be one, right? Phil is always hacking on the dev stream, so he could enter Phil could enter the dev hack command to open up Lalta or Brittany's draft files on the forums and just force publish it. I'm pretty sure. Pretty damn sure. Oh my God. It's still not there. And it's been like 47 seconds since I checked last. Well, I mean, Phil, look, I hate to give you a lecture, all right? But it's a small dev team, it's an indie company. Sometimes people have to do things that aren't necessarily directly in their job description. So the best thing to do would be to publish the Google Doc. And it's helping out the whole team because, it's like I said, it's a small indie dev team. People have to help, the departments have to help each other. It may not be your department. But departments have to help each other out. It's a team effort, Phil. It's a team effort. That's what I mean. So, I mean, you're used to doing things that aren't in your job description. So, I mean, there will be nothing wrong with you publishing the Google Doc. I mean, look at how much work you'd be saving Lalta or Brittany or whoever's going to publish that thing. You'd be saving them so much work. Lalta would really appreciate it. I heard him say that the other day. He's like, man, I got so much work. I wish Phil would help me publish these posts. I tell you what, Mason, if you had anything at all to do with that rogue, that is without a doubt the best looking character model in all of Dungeon Defenders Awakened. It just is. It looks really good. The second I saw the face, and the face was actually similar to that face that was on the like on the teaser images, it was like, oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. It looks ridiculously good. I mean, we got to see all the stuff and things. I tell you what else looks really, really cool. And this is... You're voicing the rogue. Nice. The art lead, Zach, was the one that made the model and features. Well, give Zach a pat on the back and say badass. What the hell was I about to go on about? Oh, what else looks super duper cool is the blossom when it's beaming. The little side view on the beaming blossom is like terrifying. It's like Plants vs. Zombies meets regurgitating laser beam. It's good shit. I'm excited to see the maps and everything. I mean, you get to see them on the dev streams, of course. But it's not the same as when you're running around it yourself. You know? Just not the same. Oh, come on. Come on. Oof. Big oof. They haven't given any details on that, but I'm hoping so. I mean, I want episode 1 to be one update. Personally, I want to get the update and have all the things promised in the update. You know? If it's not all there, I do think that there will be a little bit of forum. There will be a little bit of outcry from the player base. The whole we're doing this in a 2-part update thing doesn't fly. Especially when the second part of the update never arrives. Gouge, gouge, dig, dig. Sorry, Chromies. I won't be mean the whole stream, I promise. Jesus, Phil, I'm on wave 14. For God's sakes, hit the damn publish button. See, little do you guys know, but I'm actually tabbed out refreshing the page right now. All right, now I'm not. Shroomy boys are going to be great. It's all about their reload speed, I think. Definitely going to be all about the reload speed on those guys. I mean, if you can get like a constant stream of them going. Well, I don't know. I guess I'd have to find the options there, Sticks. Well, I mean, they'll be great to look at, but how effective, you know, is the thing. I'm starting to get the feeling my walls were not required. I put them in just to be safe. The only thing you're missing is that the warden does not use a sword and that she can't fly. Yeah, I hear you. She's been wing clipped. Maybe in the actual lore that drops in the process of going back in time, she got her wings clipped, or she went to a like a pre-larva state. Maybe that's what happened to the Dryad. I don't know. I'm definitely curious to see how they tie the lore in, though. No doubt. Right on D-pad and B to sell on the Xbox. Dryad larva. Well, I mean, it's like a caterpillar, you know? Does this sound right in your head? All right, come on now. Come on. God damn it. Check again. Make sure something wasn't posted somewhere else. Does not look like it. Well, shit. I mean, I hope it's still going to come today. I mean, like I said, it's not at closing hours for Chromies yet. You're going to go prepare for bed as soon as you leave your chair. It's going to get posted. That's how it usually works. Post it on MySpace. There you go. No one will read it there. It's safe. That's where Chromies post all their stuff now, probably. Like every company's internal workings, they just use MySpace for because they know no one will ever read it. It'll be safe on MySpace. It's okay. "9:34 p.m. where you live?" Well, sadly, the flat earthers are not correct. If it was a flat earth, then we would all be on the same time zone, but them flat earth people, man, they're onto some good things, but shame it's not all bullshit. Or shame it is all bullshit, you know? Well, I mean, Chromatic has not hit Blizzard Soon stage yet. I mean, they're not even close to Blizzard Soon. But I would appreciate if any Chromatic employees no longer use the word soon. It's like a derogatory term now. You've ruined it, Chromies. Ruined it. Soon is now a banned word. At least with Blizzard soon, you know it's going to be 3 years, right? When Blizzard says soon, you know it'll be 3 years. Let's check it again. Oof. Brittany. Currently adding a blog entry. What? What is this? Adding a blog entry in... Ooh, she's putting it in right now, y'all. See, you got to do some real stalking to get that deep. She's online right now. Imagine if she forgot to hit enter the whole time. Oh, man. That would be some brutal shit. I'll tell you what it means. It means Phil's playing games with us, and he logged into Brittany's account with his dev hacks, and he's sitting there typing ha 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 Joker style and backspacing it out the whole time. That's what it means. Well, I mean, it's good shit, Murphy. It's good stuff. I gotta know. Corgi's typing an essay, or Phil's typing an essay about corgis. Why would I completely believe that? I mean, it's very upsetting, but yeah, I do completely believe that Phil is typing an essay about corgis. We need a corgi map, you know? I mean, the thing is you can't have a corgi map because you'd be, you know, smacking down the corgis, and that just wouldn't be good. It would bring tears to Phil's eyes constantly if he had to build that map, you know? I can completely see a corgi on a treadmill pet happening. In fact, I would be shocked if that doesn't happen eventually. All right. Oh, that's not it. God damn it. Talk about a tease, man. I just popped down and I saw it during our dev stream Friday, and I was thinking, oh, it's it. But it's not it. She's still adding a blog entry. Oof. Corgi on an elliptical. Just as good. A corgi on a treadmill would go really well, I think. It would look good. Give us speed boost, Phil. Give us speed boost. You could make a corgi on a treadmill be like the new badass builder pet that increases run speed. Allows you to build your maps quicker. Would that not be wonderful? All right, Brad. Enjoy dinner, man. I think I upgraded everything already. Looks like it. I mean, it is wave 17. I've been doing nothing but running in circles. Oof. Oof. She's still currently adding a blog entry. What's going on there, Muffin? How are you? See, it's been 11 minutes since I last visited this page, y'all. So I'm not being stalky at all. That's not even the slightest bit stalky. We're waiting for the big forum post with the full like breakdown of all the features that were discussed. You got to remember when they were going through the list of features, they're basically just have a conversation going through stuff off of memory while also hearing Phil talk about corgis and Lalta make really bad dad jokes. Prediction. Is episode 1 content going to be like the ARA, HP bar, and UI fixes where nothing works, or will it actually work? Well, I mean, I think that's a pretty fair question there, Zero. I mean, I'm going to be optimistic and say it's all going to be glorious, but I do think that's a very fair question. What's going on there, Exility? How you doing? They're waiting for me to finish the map. Oh, I assure you they are not waiting on me. I don't think Brittany has ever actually even been to any of my streams. I know Lalta lurks him. Lalta lurks him to see what kind of shit I've been talking. Oof. Come on, Brittany. Come on. Here, I'm even gonna follow Brittany. Brittany now has a 4th follower. It's coming, y'all. It's coming. I just know it's coming. When, however, I just had giveaways end last Friday. There, David, I usually only do them like once a month or so. And my phone keeps beeping at me too, and it's bullshit. I made a huge mistake by putting my Yahoo Mail account on my phone. Like, I normally just have my Gmail account on it. And I put my Yahoo Mail account on it because I was expecting an email from my mom. And that's where my mom sends me emails. And I wasn't going to be home. And God, they send you so many crappy alerts and everything. You're killing me, Brittany. You're killing me. Is the shopkeeper ever going to have goods to sell? I'm sure at some point. It's going to be all junk. Just like always. But I'm sure at some point they'll put some functionality into the Tavern Keeper. Oh, Brittany's got all the power. She don't have to show me. I'm aware. I bow to her greatness regularly. I'm not ashamed of that. She got the juice. Why am I still gathering mana? Everything is already upgraded. The devs went suspiciously quiet in chat because everybody stopped talking about corgis. The second you stop talking about corgis, Phil is instantly uninterested. That's why. See? I mentioned corgis and Phil's back. That's all it takes. I won't tell you guys the secret to luring Mason out of chat. Will the new Corgi 1 content work like corgis or not? All right, come on. Be there. Be there. Oof. Everyone loves a good bricklaying process. This is true. This is true. The full details on the feature changes that were mentioned on Friday, Chris. So we'll get the full rundown. A little birdie. I'm not gonna say it just because I don't want to break anyone's trust, but I was told by a very valid source that this the document of info for this forum post is very, very lengthy. So there's going to be a shitload of information here to go over. All right, Zero, have a good night. Thanks for swinging by. Dad's funeral on Thursday. Oh, man, that's terrible, dude. I am so sorry to hear that. Yeah, there's 2 new characters coming out, Weldon. Both of the characters have been revealed already. There's info on all that stuff on my channel. There's info in my channel about it, but there's the rebirthed or reimagined Dryad, which is coming in form of the Warden. And there is a brand new character, new hero to Dungeon Defenders franchise as a whole, called the Rogue. Gotten a brief break from work. That's fair. Gotta work. All right, here it is, right? Here it is. Let's see. Ugh, not yet. See, Brittany's still on that page. She's not there yet. Or she's not there anymore. How come it didn't let me follow Brittany? There we go. It's not updating. It's showing 5 followers. But yeah, she's no longer on the page, which might tell me the post is possibly ready to publish and is awaiting final approval from one of the big enchiladas. You got to click follow twice just to make sure. Well, I'm assuming. Well, I mean, Chromatic, it's a small dev team. A lot of people do random jobs that are not necessarily associated with their job description. But I would assume if it follows the structure of most gaming companies, Brittany would compile the post and put it all together, and then there'd be something else or someone else, like say Lalta or whoever, that someone like Lalta or whatever that would approve it for final posting. So assuming it might be in that position, I'm not sure. I'm sure if I look again, I'll know for certain then. Not yet. That's great, David. One thing you'll learn really quick is advertising in other people's live streams is very, very disrespectful. If you ask first, then it's no problem. But when you just come right on in guns blazing, it's like one of the most disrespectful things you can do to another streamer. And now you're blocked. It's funny how far being courteous goes in life. It works on the internet too, y'all. It's not just a real life thing. Come on, Post. Come on, Post. You can do it. Oh, that would be some heavy-duty trolling right there. I would not be surprised at all, Tommy. They'll post something up in the news thing. All the info right here. And then you pop in and it's got like 16 different pictures of corgis. Why would that not surprise me at all? And Fisk, we all know damn well that you're too goddamn lazy to hit the stream now button, so I'm not even going to worry about you. Brad, I'm guessing you need to refresh because I'm on like a 2 or 3 second delay personally. So maybe you need to refresh your stream. Somebody tell Brad to refresh his stream because he probably won't hear me say this for 10 minutes. But yeah, right now I'm showing a 3 second delay between what I'm putting out and what's going up on the channel. It's about 3 seconds. All right, come on, corgi news. Let's have you. Let's have all the corgi news. Ain't no corgi news here yet. Is Brittany still back? She's not currently editing a blog post. Like I said, I really think it's probably waiting for like an approval process or something. Where'd the music go? We run out of music? Or is it just a super quiet song starting? We couldn't have possibly run out of music. We've only been live for an hour. Let me look. Oh. Nope, there's some issue. Let me restart my music player here. There we go. We got music. Post is up. Let's see. I'm not seeing it. They put it somewhere else? Nope. Post is not up. It's happened before. It's happened before. Now watch, they won't post it till tomorrow. That would be just devastating. Have I heard of the band Sabaton? I have not. I listen to some pretty unconventional music. When do I think the patch will be in the game? I am going to guess probably at least a month. But no real idea. Hopefully I'm wrong and it's super, super soon. But I mean, I would guess it's going to be at least a month. If you ask a Chromatic, their hard answer has been, it'll be ready when it's done. And that generally will usually mean it's not ready yet. It's a metal band that makes songs about historical events. That actually sounds kind of fun. Because it's game development. I mean, games take many, many years to develop. It's not like Bink it's done. It's a small indie dev team, you know? Where Chromatic suffers is not not that they take too long. Where they suffer is that they promise things too early. You know, if you don't make any promises, you don't have people disappointed about promises not being kept, you know? And that's one of the things that Chromatic has suffered from. How many average runs for a 30 plus Speedy Stone? I mean, I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, I don't know. It's RNG. You know, you don't need a speedy stone to play the game, though. So, I mean, if you're waiting on a speedy stone before you move up in tier or whatever, just move up. You'll be fine. Most developers will use game engine from somewhere else, like game engine, like the two big game engines that I'm aware of is the Unreal Engine and Unity. I mean, is there another big game engine? I think most games are probably made on one of those two engines, but there's still, I mean, plenty of lines of code that I wouldn't understand in there. And I actually know how to use Unreal 4 basics fairly decently. I know how to use it good enough to get all their shit out of it to give you guys all of these data mined info. But that's about it. Yeah, DDA is in Unreal 4. Yeah, I mean, some companies will create their own engine. And the goal usually there, I think in most cases, the goal for a company to create their own engine to make the game would probably be to be able to market the engine later as well. And say, this is our game engine that we use to make this incredible product. But yeah, lots of companies have made their own engines for sure. I think, I mean, I'm pretty sure Unreal is probably the biggest. Most companies use Maya to make the models and animations that are imported to the game engines. Yeah, that's past my level of knowledge. I'm a Photoshopper. 3D modeling is beyond me. All right, it's been like 3 minutes since I checked, right? At least. What's going on there, Pampas? How you doing? Still no news. No news. Oh, I've got zero artistic ability. I can manipulate a real artist's artwork to make it suit my own needs. But I have zero artistic ability. I couldn't draw a stick man without messing it all up, giving him like a bum leg or something. Well, it's just, it's the process of elimination, Brad. It's, what, it's 4:05 p.m. in Chromyville right now. Meaning they're at the end of their workday, or nearing the end of their workday. So they promised it would be here Monday. So just, I mean, I might be wrong. I might end up going through this stream and it never arriving. That's always a possibility. I mean, I'm hoping that's not the case, but that is always a possibility. The counter to assassins is stun, OS Taku. Assassins can be stunned. So you want to use some sort of a stun, which is either a straight stun, a knock up, a petrify, a freeze. Something along those lines in your build. Everybody called them ninjas, pretty much. People still call them ninjas now. Oof, well that sucks, Dan. Hopefully you feel better soon. Being sick is no fun. Well, I mean, Delph was a term that I'm pretty sure came from my stream, and it kind of triggered Phil a little bit. It triggered him enough that I registered getdelft.com. Or I was about to register getdelft.com. $56,000 mana. All right. Is it there? Is it there? It's still not there. Oops, forgot to switch the scene back. Hey, girl. What's going on? Oh, she ran off. They don't do anything in pure strategy mode. They're just there to look good. But their mechanic is they can't be targeted by defenses, so only a hero can kill them. When they come out, they have immunity to one of the elements: fire, electric, or poison. They'll go to their destination, like those girls were coming all the way to the core. Once they get here, they turn on an aura that gives any mobs around them that immunity, and then they run back through the pack, applying that immunity to the entire pack. So, like, the goal with those would be to kill them prior to them running back. Or, yeah, physical as well. So, not just elements, but lack of elements. The only element that they don't have a counter for is the fusion element, which is the whole purpose of the game mode, is to get that fusion element. That way you have a counter. But yeah, anyway, I'm in pure strategy now, so nothing can hit me and I can't hit anything. I'm just achievement farming today while we wait. I was hoping that by like wave 10 or something, the forum post would be up and we'd be reviewing it, but we do not have that luxury quite yet. Let's see. And we still don't. Brittany's no longer on the page. Now, what's the deal here? You said oh, you got to click follow twice. I see. You follow and then you follow. There we go. I'm not going to send her a message, but boy, that would be so funny, wouldn't it? Not going to do it, y'all. Not going to do it. Oof, and it's still not there yet. So it looks like we are going to be done with this map. Well, it goes to the top. A new post goes to the top of the news page. Yeah, you must have missed that, Mason. Chromies are no longer allowed to use the word soon. It's a derogatory term now. It's a derogatory term that is meant to offend everyone. Not anyone of any particular race, sex, religion. It's designed to offend all. So yeah, no, Chromies are not allowed to use the word soon. It's banned. Biden just hasn't done the press release yet to actually announce that it's set into law in the United States. Later on today, I'm sure. If you refresh the whitehouse.com page for hours and hours over and over, you can wait for it. Sorry, Mason. Now I'm just being hurtful. Shortly forthwith. That's fair. That's fair. What's going on, girl? She's so shy. Sometime within the next 128 hours. Oh, man. Not in pure strategy mode, Jordan. If I was doing this map regularly, of course, there would be a boss, but pure strat, once it ends, it's ended. Final wave, though. I chose pure strat today because I wanted something that I could just let run in the background while I was going through the forum post. But I was a little overly optimistic, I guess, thinking it would be here earlier. This is Massacre. You know, you don't have to do Massacre to get the achievement, but I figured why not, you know? What's the player base looking like in DDA? It fluctuates around updates. It's still a game in development. So around updates, the player base goes way up, and then in between updates, it drops down. Ooh, if she meant to press submit and got distracted. Ooh, man. That would be rough there, Dan. Well, I mean, she's not back currently doing, or she's currently browsing blogs. If she's browsing the forum post, should I make a forum post saying, "Yo, Doc, publish that shit"? Probably shouldn't. How are we doing? 170 mobs left. Send them a fax. I'm pretty sure there will be no one in the office attentive to the fax machine. Yo, dude, bro. All right, what did we get? Here's gives you an idea of pet quality. I mean, like I said, it's survival minus hardcore. So the quality of loot you get is going to be low. So there's like the poopy giraffe it gave me. $90 minutes. That's how long we've been waiting so far. Big oofs. Big oofs. Let's see. Let's check one more time. No dice. We're waiting for a forum post to get here, Slicknut. That is the whole purpose of this stream, was doing a live feature reveal stream. You guys will get my full and raw and uncensored opinions. You hope it will take a while. Oof. I hope not, Elmer. I hope not. See, this is what I'm looking for. This trophy right here. I'm still missing that one, which is the pure strategy trophy. And then, of course, the big enchilada here. But the big enchilada is not unlocked yet. So no one has that. But you can get this one now. Officially that's what I do, Jordan, but then I do a lot of little side jobs. I do a lot of consulting stuff for casinos. It's complete every pure strategy map to, or not complete, go to at least wave 10 of every pure strategy map is what that little trophy is for. But yeah, it's the only one I need. Bill's back. Did you post it, Phil? Did you post it? The waiting room is growing, Phil. We've got 127 anxious folks here, ready to read through this forum post. All right. Well, I guess we'll get another started. What's next? Look at me. I got 2 check marks now. I've done these already, but not all the way to wave 10. Or I've done these past wave 10. The formatting is being finalized, and then it will be posted. Nice. See, we got 120 left, which is not enough for anything. I got a feeling any archers that come up will be in range of my core here. Maybe I'll throw some flame burst down just to get me through the first wave. The key to pure strategy is just getting through the first wave. It really is. I got 1 down anyway. Let me hope that no, oh, there's 1 archer coming up this way. Well, hopefully he gets wrecked. Only 9 more beds left. We all good. Let's see. There's 420. We can, they were all pre-order bonuses. Let's do this. And that. You have the Kickstarter Golden Squire for me. That what? Well, I mean, I did the giveaway, but other Kickstarter backers gave those up. I think that was from Mama. A lot of y'all remember Mama from DD2. Was playing it backed the Kickstarter, but then just didn't end up liking DDA and wanted to go back to DD2. So he's actually been playing all kinds of other things. I think he went back and played a bit of DD2, a little bit here and there. All right, we got enough to do anything now. Yep, Alchemical Labs is done. Still no info yet. It'll get here. It'll get here. We just gotta practice the patience, which is, you know, one of the hardest things in the entire world to actually do. I think some skins would be nice. They said that they're going to focus more on the transmog items, but I do really hope they put some more skins in because they do look really nice, and it's nice. It's a real nice addition to what else is there, like the transmog system and the the recoloring and everything. It's a very nice addition to that, having some different base textures to work off of. We got our beamer in already. Sorry, gas traps. I thought you were active. Nope. A little lazy placement there, but that's all right. All right, let's check it again. Let's check it. Oof. Still not there yet. Currently browsing blogs. We know what you're doing, Doc. We know, we can see it right there. Everybody wants the summoner, but they've been quite obvious with it, or quite open with us in saying that the summoner either won't be there or will be there at the very end. You gotta remember that if they don't have the DU pool like DD1 had, people will be disappointed. If they do have the DU pool, then they gotta rebalance the entire game. So getting the summoner in game will be an absolute ton of work. Yeah, I mean, the summoner defined the game, you know? You get some reflex into just to be safe. I don't need an actual waller for that. We got 4 left, which is more than we need. Actually, We can still use the 4. Because there are spiders that drop behind. Maybe Chromatic's going to work some overtime today. You never know. You never know. They cost so much was the thing with those ogre towers. I think people are using them now. The summoner's other mechanics, people use the summoner pretty heavily. I mean, for me personally, that was my active character through almost every survival map, using Overlord mode and Flash Heal to manage the entire map. I liked it. I thought it was pretty awesome. It gave you like a, not necessarily a real-time strategy feel, but like a real-time strategy look. Bouncing between the different choke points and defense regions and keeping everything healed up and everything. The DPS Pet Summoner was fun, but the scaling, the damage scaling was so bad, it just didn't compare to using a pet damage on a monk. It was super fun having 2 pets, though. Let's hit... hit some R's too. I mean, the Jester, I think, is probably in like the current state of the game. I think the Jester is probably one of the most common active heroes for running maps. The wheel is just OP, you know, doing a flat percentage damage to every enemy on the map. Healing every single defense on the map up. I think the Rogue looks fun. It reminds me, the look and that spin move reminds me of, for those Diablo 3 players, like a Gears of a God DH. Gears of Dreadlands Demon Hunter. It looks quite similar to it, and I mean, I think it's going to be fun as hell. I'm already farming the sets for that ability. That ability would be a primitive set. So if you're wanting to do a spin to win, you're going to want to get a primitive set of gear and a good genie. But we know that the gear and everything is all changing. That's part of what we're going to learn today in this forum post when it finally gets here, you know? What I would like to see, I mean, I know it's been done in like every game out there, but I just enjoy that era, is some sort of engineer type hero. Like the Man and Machine could have been it. Or just something that's like an engineer type that has like some steampunk type towers. Maybe like a Gatling gun, or I don't know, some fun mechanical type towers. I think that would be really cool. But I mean, it's not a steampunk game. It's a fantasy magic RPG type game, you know? But I do think that would be a cool addition, having some sort of engineer in. Yeah, the Series EV is a little steampunk. That's true. That's true. They could actually add, they could take right from Dungeon Defenders 2, which would make Dungeon Defenders 2 fans happy, and put in Proteus. Put the Professor in as a playable character. Write that shit down, Chromies. Write that shit down. Give us Professor Proteus and make him a steampunk guy with mechanical turrets and stuff. That would be the coolest shit ever, and it would match with the theme of the game. Willing to trade wonderful ideas for forum post. Go, go, Chromies. Let's check it again. Let's see now. Oof. Still no dice. Wait a minute, it's not fully refreshed. It's refreshing slowly. Alright, yeah, it's fully refreshed. Boo. Just double check, just making sure they didn't drop it somewhere else. Nope, doesn't look like it was dropped anywhere else. I believe it's not there yet. Well, it's just got that mechanical element though, Skittles. It would match the lore perfectly if they went with Proteus, because, you know, going back in time, the heroes go back in time. Proteus is then, you know, a younger man, or maybe even a teenager and not the old guy. And he has mechanical type defenses. That would be cool as shit, I think. Oh, there's a couple of the devs lurking in here right now. You can lure them out by discussing corgis or talking about things that you find beautifully that were wonderful bits of art in DDA. Is how you lure them out. Y'all been... See what I mean? Talk about corgis. Philomancer arrives. We're going to get it at some point, y'all. We're at wave 9 already. Oof. Oof. Have a Corgi Tavern display? Well, you know, that's a whole nother topic there, but that was another big thing from DD1 that I know I personally miss. With me, I decorated my tavern with dice. The dice pets from King's Game. You guys know I'm a big dice guy from the craps world. I hope we get more defenses and less active heroes, but I think that's probably pretty realistic, to be honest. Have one all-around hero that could DPS or build, and have one hero that is DPS only. Oh, that room is there in DDA too, Sticks. The crystal customization? Absolutely. That was like your soft flex, you know? Yeah, it's there. Same place. That was the soft flex, where you could flex without actually flexing. Is you go into like some public games, or make some public games, and you set your crystal to that unlock, that Dungeon Defenders logo from the Ultimate Defender unlock, and that was, you got the soft flex. I got Ultimate Defender. That's how that all worked. All right, we at wave 10. Let's check it one more time. Still no dice. Brittany is still browsing blogs. Yeah, you decorated your tavern. I mean, the really creative people had some crazy looking taverns decorated. You guys ever see Washboard's Tavern? He decorated the tavern with those mana gems, and it looks really good. I mean, I can't even imagine how long he sat there placing each one of those things, you know? But yeah, Washboard's Tavern, I mean, I know a lot of people did it. I'm just naming off Washboard for one, because I've seen it and it looks cool as hell. Hey, nothing wrong with the Saw collection, JT. I would say probably 4 to 6 months, Dan, would be my guess. I mean, complete guess. But you got to remember, too, one of the challenges now is they're trying to get the game launched on all platforms. So they've got parts of the team that are focused just on the Switch port. And they've got, they've got people on the team that are focused on just the Switch and PlayStation stuff. Shadow Shot, what's going on? How you doing? So once the game launches, stuff could potentially get here quicker, because then the whole team will be focused on. I mean, they're always going to have different aspects of the game to focus on, but they'll be able to focus on the game and not on just getting the base launch out on these other platforms. So, I mean, that's one of the big challenges now. So things theoretically would speed up after it launches on all platforms. Well, I mean, it just depends on how long it is. I mean, do you want bigger content drops, or do you want smaller content drops, is the question. I mean, the big content drops will keep you busy for a little while. The smaller content drops will only keep you busy for a couple weeks. Playing you a little PoE? Nothing wrong with that. There's Shadow Shot. I've been playing a bit of that myself lately. I actually took a little break from it. I hit a little bit of a tier 14 mapping wall. I was having trouble finding maps. So I just said to hell with it and took a little break. Nagiri, what's going on? How's the sushi life? How's the sushi life, Nagiri? Spicy like wasabi. Very nice. Perfect. You got any more to spam in here? You've been doing Toxic Rain. That's one of the popular ones this time. This league, Toxic Rain. I think that Blade Fall, Blade Blast build is ridiculously OP. I went with a Cyclone Phantasm build, something completely different I had never played before. It's really fun. But yeah, like I said, I hit that wall at tier 14 maps, and it's a little frustrating. I'm not going to lie. I think that their late game mapping system is in need of a second look. Like, I mean, in Diablo 3, you run one map, you're going to get, what, 3 greater rift keys that allow you to do 3 more maps. In PoE, you could run a map and not get a single map drop to be able to do another, you know? All right. Is it there? Is it there? Is it there? It's still not there. I wonder if it's going to arrive. It seems like it's getting late now. What time is it? It's 1:42 my time. Well, I guess that's not bad. It's, what, 4:45 in Chromyville. 4:45 in Chromyville. Oh, I've been going further than that, Nagiri. I've been stalking Brittany here, too. She's not online at all. Eesh. Brittany's not online right now at all. Big oofs. She forgot to hit the post button, confirmed. Youch. Youch. Well, luckily they're all work from home right now, right? So all she's got to do is walk back into her office or wherever she's working from. They're on their second coffee break this hour. Well, like I said, I mean, I don't know what structure they would use, but my guess is that, Brittany's the community manager, right? So she would compile the information from like a Google document that all of the devs had access to. Say all of the developers, every department had access to this Google document where they could record like a change log of what's changing in the update. And then the community manager would go through and compile that information into a watchable or into a readable format for the forums. And then one of the higher up producers or a director or something like that would like give final approval on publishing the post. Now that, I mean, I don't know that's exactly the structure they follow, but that would be my guess. That they follow something similar to that. Well, I mean, it might be done, and it's just waiting for approval. So we could be waiting. I mean, if it's waiting for approval, whoever's going to approve it, we might be waiting on them. Bill just said some final formatting changes or details or whatever. Let me see. Let me see if I can find a nice meme picture here. Let's see. Let's see here. I'm not sure. Give me a minute, y'all. Give me a minute. It'll be well worth the wait, I promise. Say. Maybe it's in this folder. I got way too many thumbnails over the years. I found it. I found it. Here it is, y'all. We're waiting on Lalta, and he's out making sandwiches. It's Lalta the Barbarian, yet he is on sandwich making duty. And instead of posting the forum post, he's off making a sandwich. Sorry, Lalta. See what happens when I've got way too many images over the years? Lalta's on sandwich making duty. All right, we'll get rid of it. No more picking on Lalta, I promise. He'll make us all wait till tomorrow. Well, hell yeah, it's a barbarian-sized sandwich. There, Lancelot. You can't have no little sandwiches. You gotta have them big barbarian-sized sandwiches. It's meant for a barb-sized appetite. Okay, Lalta, I'll make you a promise. I know you're here lurking somewhere. I'll make you a promise, Lalta. I will delete that file right now from my hard drive, and I will never post it again if you publish the forum post within 60 seconds. Time is clicking. Go. Post it within 60 seconds. I will permanently delete that image from my hard drive. Let's see if he can get it out there. But if he doesn't, that's the next thumbnail. Well, nah, I can't threaten. I can only use it for memeing purposes only. Still not on the forums. Oof. Please, Chromies, please. It's too big to be an emote. It would look bad in emote form. It's hard to get good looking images into emote form. I mean, for a novice like myself. Terraria is putting out announcements and stuff today, Chromies. Just saying. Just saying. Terraria has already made like 3 or 4 Twitter posts today. I keep running down trying to hit these guys, and then I realize I'm in pure strategy and I can't actually swing. But they can't hit me either. The only death possibility is death by molten lava. And you know, I am way too good at parkour for that, so that's never going to happen, right? Oof, close one there. Augie! Welcome to the waiting room, Augie. How you doing? Augie has arrived. This is the Refresh the Chromatic news page stream, Augie. So we have been refreshing this news page right here for 2 hours now. Just got done with CG Town Hall. Nice, nice. Oh yeah, the F5 gang is here. That is for sure. Ba-bam! It's arrived, y'all. It has arrived. Here we go. All the info on episode 1 gear upgrades. Defenders. On the May 14th stream, we continued our string of reveals. Previously, we've shown off the new maps, the mill, the outpost, the keep, and foundries and forges, the new heroes, the warden and the rogue, some new weapons, the woodland set, and even the new enemy, the lichen. Those are just some of the things being added to the game, but now it's time to get into some of the new features coming to Dungeon Defenders Awakened. Let's start with the big one, the gear. Oh my god, was it within a minute? Do I have to delete that image? Oh my gosh, I think I'm going to have to go back and look. It may have been within a minute. All right, here we go. Stat changes. Okay, gear is getting a major facelift in episode 1, and for a lot of reasons. We've been taking a heavy look at what players are doing with gear, how well they understand it, and what that means for metas. Currently, the meta is boost only to succeed. Boost builds are fun, but they shouldn't be the only way to experience the game. We're going to keep boosting viable, but we're also going to add options to help give our ever-expanding roster of heroes and content more ways to be enjoyed and conquered, respectively. Stat changes. There's a lot to unpack here, so first let's get into the changes that are coming. We'll focus first on what's being removed, what's being added, and last the additional systems that are added that are built off of this foundation. Okay, so the stat removal. Talked about removing ammo and reload from the game as a concept so that heroes using crossbow weapons weren't hindered when choosing to play with a crossbow wielder. Here's a total list of what we're removing from items and what's going to happen with them. Okay, ammo and reload speed, as previously mentioned, just weren't fun mechanics. They punished early players and scaled so high they didn't matter to late game players. The Huntress gains the ability to shoot an arcing explosive that deals damage to enemies hit. If the Huntress is in the explosion radius, she gets launched based on her orientation to the explosion, the rocket jump. I don't know, y'all, but this right here just is going to be a lot of fun. That is for sure. Agility. Now, agility is the run speed for those that are unaware, and it caps at 100, so it's kind of another meaningless stat. This stat capped out at 100, meaning that a lot of players with thousands of agility because of gear rolling, all the stats were getting punished for every decent agility roll on gear. Agility cannot be upgraded, but instead scales from levels 1 through 50, with 50 giving the player the equivalent movement speed increase of 100 agility before episode 1. So basically, as you level up, your character is going to run faster. It caps out at level 50. From 50 and up, there's no more. So run speed will be an insignificant thing no one really needs to worry about. Block. Not all heroes who use swords block. The new block is an ability that statically scales based on the source of the attack, with smaller enemies taking less block resource and stronger enemies taking more. I mean, that makes sense, right? The harder you get hit, the more of your resource that should be used for blocking. Casting. Another stat that caps out pretty quickly and ultimately takes power away from gear. Casting now scales based on your hero level up to a cap. The higher your level, the faster you build, repair, and upgrade defenses. Now, this right here will actually be a huge buff to people's gear. Not worrying about the casting stat. I mean, you never worried about the agility stat, but you do worry about the casting stat. So I'm interested, they didn't list the cap. Like with agility, they listed it at level 50. I'm wondering how high casting goes up. I'm assuming just by that statement, the higher your level, the faster you build, means it's not going to cap out until 100. All right, charge rate, another stat that was a little too complicated to understand. Charge rate is now baked into abilities that charge, like the Apprentice is a secondary attack. Knockback, more stats that people weren't upgrading or cared to receive, now scales off of specific weapons innately. That's fair. I mean, I can't say that I've given a single poo about charge rate or knockback on any weapon I've had so far. Projectile count on pole arms. This is huge right here. We removed this stat as it pretty much locked pole arms to only the monk unless any hero we made in the future used ranged fire as their secondary stat. The new projectile count for the monk now scales with their level. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Now, this makes every monk polearm viable. Now, granted, the reason that we use the summit polearm on monks is because the elemental damage scales higher than it does with other weapons. But this basically will make any polearm viable. I got mixed emotions on that, I'm not going to lie. It kind of normalizes the weapons and makes it so weapons are not as special. I mean, maybe I'm reading into that wrong, but I feel like having everything 7 projectiles based off of your level, or it says with their level. Projectile count, or I'm assuming that means the monk's level. I got mixed emotions on that one, I'm not going to lie. Okay, projectile speed. Upgrading this actually made some weapons unusable because their projectiles move so quickly that they would not hit enemies. This stat is set on a per weapon basis. That makes sense too. Some weapons shoot faster, some weapons have slower projectiles. Okay, skill and boost. We know these have been baked into one stat now. So these two have been pretty hard to describe what they do for a lot of players, and they also lock us into this idea of new heroes always having both, or having to disjointly say ability 2 is for boost, or Carnage on the Rogue scales from boost. There's a lot more we could get into here, but the TLDR is that they weren't intuitive. I'll agree with that. Now, if they would have just taken the DD1 route and called it ability 1 and ability 2, that would have completely nullified any confusion. New ability, stat. Ability is the actual stat. So ability is just skill and boost combined and are incorporated into the scaling of any ability a hero uses. Previously playing a boost apprentice, well, now you can go drop mana bombs that pack a punch while keeping your boost build going. I mean, I don't dislike that at all, personally. But this is going to make it, this is removing another stat requirement from the gear, which means we're going to get into the passive stuff later on, but removing all these stat requirements from the gear is going to make it so you're farming these items with perfect stats, or the perfect stat categories that you're looking for, really, really fast. And with that in mind, it could take away some of the replay value of the game. Now, we know that there's more stuff coming, which I haven't read down to yet, so let's just keep on reading. Okay, new crit and crit scaling stats, melee only. This stat is not a new concept to players, but the way it's implemented might be. We wanted to give melee heroes a chance to compete with ranged heroes. Ranged heroes have projectile counts that deal multiplicative damage that's not split amongst projectiles, and get to send a barrage of attacks to enemies while not having to worry too much about taking an axe to the face. Melee heroes, however, suck balls. Critical strikes help bring balance to this difference. Melee heroes do have the advantages of cleaving, but in the late game, projectile counts more than make up for that bonus. Critical strikes are a chance for us to make playing a melee hero a lot more fun. Critical strikes only apply to primary attacks and not abilities. Oh no! No dates yet, Citro. We're just getting some of the more info. Okay, so this removes all of my excitement for a spin to win rogue right here. Yeah, that ability is going to have to hit hard, because if the ability does not hit hard, it's not going to be worth building, in my opinion. I mean, we don't know how the ability scales yet, so I can't cry yet. But I was really hoping it was going to be all melee forms of attack. So like the Squire Spin having a chance to crit. I mean, that might be a little overpowered, right? That probably would have been a little overpowered. Okay, as this is a new stat coming in with a lot of changes, we want to make sure it's powerful enough to balance the scales. Wow, okay, that was a lot to write about stats, but these are huge changes coming to items that we really need to explain as a foundation. But wait, there's more. Item changes. Okay, now that we have stats laid out, the presentation of these stats is going to change. As previously mentioned, a lot of players felt forced to only play with their defenses. We think that's a great way to take on challenges in DDA, but it shouldn't be the only way to play. Instead of forcing players to choose between a defense-focused hero only and a damage-focused hero only, we're going to let you do both. This is where some people got a little negative. All right, Exility, thanks for swinging by. Let's see. Where stats show up changes within this update, and we wanted to provide a breakdown of their new homes. Okay, so hero stats. The hero damage stat will only be on weapons and pets. Attack will be on weapons, pets, and offhands. Ability will be on weapons, pets, and offhands. Vitality will be on weapons, pets, and offhands. Armor will be on helmets, gloves, chests, and boots. Firing solution, crossbows, stabs, and pets. Projectile count, of course, crossbows and stabs. Pole arms is based off of the monk's level, of course. Critical chance on the melee stuff only. And then tower stats. Fortitude is helmet, gloves, chest, boots, masks, bracers, and brooches. So basically armor and accessories for any tower stats. See, one thing we noticed was people were managing a lot of heroes to do multiple things. Sometimes the same hero to build and another version of that hero to damage. There's so much that required you to have to set up and maintain, keeping you from taking down enemies for that sweet, sweet loot. This now gives you 2 options to play with at the same time instead of 1. The note we made earlier with ability letting you drop a mana bomb while also tower boosting, this lets that happen more. The end goal of all of this results in us balancing these items so you have the same tower hero strength that you had before episode 1, but now having both. Your individual character strength doubles as a result of this, which is why you may have noticed offhands as a term describing where certain stats would appear. We'll get into offhands in a minute, but no, they said some pets will have tower stats. They didn't include that here, but they did say that on Friday. On the stream, they said that some pets would have tower stats. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I can't imagine even keeping a rock in the game if they remove the tower stats, because nobody's going to use that thing. All right, offhands. This is a new item slot that's also kind of not new. In order to really pack a lot of power into heroes and not bloat the strength of weapons, we decided to use a slot we have and make it more impactful. The Squire has a unique slot that has made it a little harder to balance, being the shield, of course. And so looking at him, we decided to unify this slot across all heroes. Now all heroes that do not dual wield weapons have an offhand slot. So crossbow heroes will have an ammo pouch, sword heroes will keep the shield, staff heroes will have a tome, polearm heroes will have a whetstone. I don't dislike that. I mean, it gives us another item to collect, hopefully some that's special or like some unique type offhand. I don't dislike the additional offhands at all. Okay, now item effects. Now here is where we get into passive type abilities. Now, although the stats have kind of been dumbed down to a point where it's way, way, way more casual, this I think is where the grind will take place. Now, the EV has a second weapon, so their offhand is already determined by the weapon. It'll be the same as the rogue. Alright, so item effects. This is a new system that is coming to all gear in DDA. Item effects are unupgradable additional stats and effects that are applied on all your gear. For episode 1, our goal is to lay it out as a foundational system that we are going to continue to build on. The first iteration will be a bit simpler, with more complexity coming in future updates. What are item effects? They are additional effects that roll on your gear. There are a ton of these, with more added each episode, that should help boost your strength. Some only roll on specific item types, but this is something that's easier to explain with examples than get into the weeds of it, so let's look at a few types. Stat types. These roll additional stats on pieces of gear that those stats could appear on. Increases the power by X amount, increases your attack by X amount. Elemental increases your hero's fire damage, increases your defense's fire damage, etc. And then proc chance things on attack things. When using your primary attacks, they have a chance to enrage enemies, and chance to explode, damaging all enemies in range. I mean, this is like a foundational system. So, I mean, I got no problem with it being kind of basic and maybe streamlined a little at the start, as it is definitely a foundational system that's completely going to be changing how we farm gear in game. This is just a brief look into what item effects are, but this doesn't even come close to encompassing all of them. Item effects allow us to now drop gear that lets players continue to progress, playing through with less random base stats, but then have the ability to fully customize heroes by hunting down the right effects that bring a lot more unique power. How does this affect my current character? Going into episode 1, we will be updating everyone's gear to fit within this new system. Your current hero strength and setup should be maintained very similarly to how you currently perform, with the added bonus of your damage heroes being able to build and your builder heroes able to deal damage. We're also working on having some specific item effects be included on this new gear as well, setting you up for a ton of success when episode 1 launches. To make sure everything scales correctly, upgrades are going to be changing since stats are being altered. As a result, we're going to be refunding you a plethora of gold based on your upgraded gear and removing the upgrades from your gear. This will let you then choose where to spend your upgrades within the new system. While it might take some time, we're doing what we can to make sure it's as easy and doesn't make you feel that your previous decisions lock you out from taking part in all these changes. That's a good thing, really. I mean, they're going to give us some gold back. Will it be 1 for 1? Who knows? But we're going to get some gold back and we'll be able to upgrade our gear over again. That's not too shabby. And you think this post is long? That's not too bad because there's even more. Let's talk set bonuses. Let's do it. Okay, this shouldn't come as a surprise entirely. They did mention this last Friday. Previously in DDA, the only set bonuses gave item stat increases or turn specific dense defenses into fusion towers. They still do, but now there's more. The ones you've collected so far are still included, but we wanted to add some additional opportunities for you to build sets and customize your characters. We've got these broken into 2 different types that either increase your hero power or your tower power. Ask me in Discord, Exility. Join my Discord server. I can't read this and read walls of text and chat at the same time. So I apologize, but ask me in Discord. I'll answer when the stream's over. Exclamation Discord in chat for a link to my Discord server. Erupting defenses. Increases your defense's fire damage by X. That's a 4-piece armor set. Like fusion gear, your item stats are still increased, but by a lesser percentage. This increase will make your fire defenses your strongest defenses for this hero. That's interesting. I mean, that's definitely interesting. Thundering Assault increases your hero's lightning damage by X. It's a weapon set bonus. 2 pieces weapon and offhand, new to weapons, but plays off of elemental weapon types you acquire. Now, I'm curious if there's going to be a fusion set for this. See, there are more set bonuses that are thematic to what we've laid out here, and even a few that aren't. However, since set bonuses have been focused on towers primarily for a while, we've decided to add a bit more fun and flair with hero weapon sets. So we wanted to offer new sets that allow players to take advantage of how active they can be if they choose to. These new weapon sets only work on a specific hero and aren't specifically aimed at changing their gameplay, but instead provide some more utility to their abilities. For now, we'll give you a taste of one. The Protean Cannon Mark II. Protean Surge deals 6% increased damage and snares enemies by a percentage for a blank amount of time. That's a weapon set. 2-piece weapon set, crossbows and staves. I mean, this is all interesting. We're just going to have to get our hands on it and see, see what we can do with it. Hey, this is something experimental that we wanted to put out there. There's a ton of fun to use and let players come up with even more unique builds and choices on how they play DDA. We'll be looking to expand the system as we release additional episodes. How you see and interact with all these new additions is incredibly important. So without further ado, let's start talking inventory improvements. All right, now before we even get into the inventory, the whole of this, remember that this is all foundational stuff. But one of the cool things it brings is it's going to bring more replay value as new episodes come out. As a new episode comes out, there's going to be a different set bonus. So, yeah, the negative Nelly or the negative Nancy or the negative Ned will say, "God damn it, I farmed all this shit and now it's trash." But the player who actually wants to keep playing the game realizes this gives them a new goal. And having a new goal in a game that you love playing, that you've already grinded through, is pretty damn huge, That's one of the things that's missing from a lot of games out there, is there's just nothing new to attain. This is going to give us something new to attain. So I think all of this stuff, although just foundational and pretty basic, is pretty good shit. All right, let's see. Oh my god, the scroll bar's not even halfway. Holy shitballs. Well, there's going to be a lot of pictures down here, so that'll eat up a lot of space. That is my pet. Little shout out there. Thank you so much, Sir Crummies. Okay, DDA has a lot of stats and things going on. These are the screenshots we saw on Friday. The negative Nagiri. The noxious Nagiri. I like that one better. We all love you, Nagiri. That's where episode 1 comes in. We've optimized our layout so that everything is together, making it easier to understand what we're doing with your inventory. So all swords are here. Lovely pet you got there. Player name. Just from this image alone, there's a lot to see. One of the first things we'll note is that items and equipped gear are now next to one another, making it easier to equip pieces both with mouse and keyboard as well as gamepad. Next, you'll notice at the top there are a plethora of bags. We're adding additional iconography that allows you to change the visuals to your bags, making it easier to know what each contains based on your personal preference. That means you need to have specific filters for specific bags. Now let me just go ahead and eliminate any confusion. This does not mean they're adding bags into the game like DD2. This is still going to be the same filtering system we have currently, but you're going to be able to change the icon. So I know some people are going to be like, "What do you mean it's not a bag?" It's a filter preset, and you'll be able to change the icon of it. All right, here's another look at them. You'd be able to rename them, which you can rename them now. Yeah, you can rename them now, but you can't change any icons. Now, it's easy to customize your bag, setting the name of the bag, the image, the quality of gear, elements tied to it, weapons, armor, accessories, and more. So basically, it brings all of the filter into a, that's an attractive UI. Did you want better sort options that are easy to navigate? I mean, I personally didn't have a problem navigating the sort options. It is cool to be able to toggle between ascending and descending without guessing and just hitting the button. I personally had no problems with sorting in the old system, but it looks nice. See, we've just begun to pull back the curtains that are the wonders of the new inventory. Want the ability to select multiple items and choose to lock, unlock, or sell them. Multi-select. I mean, that's a necessary thing. So that's definitely some good functionality added in. Better ways to inspect pieces of gear. Look a few pixels down. Develop by note. Crit and crit bonus are only applicable in swords and pole arms. Yep. So this would be the new item compare. It's going to give you... I mean, it's similar to what it is now. It just looks differently. The only way to get it is to win it in a giveaway here on the channel. Irradiate and detonate. What the heck do those do? Okay, these are two of the passives they mentioned Friday. All these new items are great, but I wish I knew what I was upgrading and what it did. Well, I mean, previously you knew exactly what it did because you were applying the points into that thing. Or do you mean each stat? They're not clarifying what these are. On Friday, they announced these as if they were a passive type thing. So it basically is giving you tooltips, lightning damage, etc., etc. So much for the inventory. Maybe ask, weren't there other tabs? The way character stats are displayed and upgraded are all in one convenient location in the stats tab. Fair enough. New tooltips with hopefully accurate information. And last but certainly not least is the abilities tab. So yeah, it's just like along the lines of tutorial stuff, you know. So you click on a ability or a tower, you're going to have a description knowing exactly what that does if there's any confusion. Well, yeah, I don't have a question about what those two passives do, but they kind of threw them in down here where the passive section was up here. No, the new update's not here. It'll be here when it's done is what they would tell you, so probably a month plus. Okay, all right, we're exhausted, blah, blah, blah. There's so much to take in here and a lot of things changing. Let's get to the hero deck, though. Okay, we know the hero deck is changing to 6. We know the hero deck's function is shared XP. Now, this doesn't mean if you have one hero in your deck and he runs a map, it earns 10,000 XP. If you put 2 heroes in your deck, each one earn 10,000 XP. So always, always, always keep a full hero deck. But this basically makes leveling alt heroes way, way easier than it was before. See, active heroes gain 33% increased damage. Active hero towers, currently, these are the current ones, okay. Yeah, so currently, like if you build a Flame Burst tower on an apprentice, you play the wave actively on that apprentice, that tower gets a bonus damage. That's all in the game right now. And they're changing this. Okay, so experience points being shared among all heroes in the hero deck is nothing new. Yep. Active set bonus and item effects accomplish 2 things. The first is that we wanted to provide a space for players to make unique builds with specific customization. We're adding a lot, and by having this in place, we make sure players don't feel pressured to have every hero with every combination incorporated into a single build. The second is that we are going to be working on additional systems that take the item effects system and turn it from 10 to 11. If we do not place this restriction, we should be locked in with only the item effects in the first iteration. So, if we look here on the image, we know the XP. Set bonuses and item effects are only active in the hero deck. So, your various set bonuses, of course, are only going to be active if the heroes are here, but you can put 6 of them. The interesting thing for me is how they're going to balance the builder bonus. Instead of the active hero tower doing 33% more damage, how are they going to split it? Because, I mean, in theory, to maximize the potential of this, you have 6 heroes that are specialized in a specific defense with their passives and everything in your deck, and then each one of those is going to earn the builder bonus. But we're going to have to see what that percentage comes out to be. See, we're removing the restriction of active hero gaining increased tower damage, or this is what we just said. That's the bottom one. A month plus. We don't have a date yet. Okay, and then the summary. There was a lot covered here, and a lot of this stuff is subject to change until we have it out the door. We're excited to get all this tested and out to you, our glorious defenders. This is the standard of what you can expect from Dungeons & Defenders Awakened development and our episodic releases. A lot of this work is going to be expanded upon with future episodes that we're excited to work on and share with you. Believe it or not, this isn't everything. Next week, we'll have even more reveals for the stuff coming into Episode 1. There's even a new update for Dungeon Defenders 2 being worked on. We've got so much going on at Chromatic Games, and we're making sure this stuff is ready to go before we ship it out. But we promise it's on the way. Console update. We want to reassure you all that DDA ports for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and 5 are still very much underway. We're still working hard on getting Nintendo Switch through the lot check process, fixing bugs, and prepping it to be live for you all, while also knocking out Episode 1. The Switch version will be completed and released before PlayStation, but we are aiming to have DDA on all consoles by the end of the year. Well, there we go, y'all. That is it. The big enchilada. I mean, I'm excited about it. We'll see what happens. I'm excited to get started on it. Now, of course, we've got a lot of info. Of course, we don't have all the info. We do have a lot of info, though. Anyone that is just joining and is curious, we just reviewed the full reveal right there. But yeah, lots of stuff to come. We're going to see how it all gets delivered, I mean, they said at the bottom, and now here, let me go ahead and be the bad guy. They said on the bottom, where is it? Where is it? This is the standard of what to expect. Well, we are going to have to see it delivered, Chromatic. That's what we're going to have to see. Because that is the one area where anyone who has lost faith in Chromatic, it is delivering on this promise right here. Because this is a promise that all of this stuff is going to get delivered in Episode 1. That's a big promise. That's a lot of stuff. So, delivery. I think delivery is crucial for them to get this right. Well, I learned quite a bit more from what I saw on the stream. So there was a lot more broken down than that was just barely hitting on each topic. I mean, all of these topics were covered, but not to as much detail. Scroll up, Jacob. It's right up above. I just posted it. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th message from yours. Well, I mean, no. First off, realize that DD2 is the old game. But they did say in here that there's an update being worked on for DD2. So DD2 is going to get another update at some point. Considering we've gotten one update in the last 2+ years, just them saying there's another update coming is good news. Don't hold your breath, y'all, but there's something coming. But anyway, that is going to get it, y'all. Sorry, most of this stream turned into a waiting room with very little actually going on in the form of actual gameplay or anything. Let's see, where were we here? We're on wave 15. Nice. I think I am just going to let this roll and go get myself a little afternoon snack, something to munch on. I am planning on streaming some Subnautica, but it's probably not going to be until later on tonight. I'll probably put together a little TLDW form of this particular stream here that's going back and doing what I normally do in original form. But yeah, anybody that's up late tonight, or if you get up early in the morning, I'm probably going to be live over on Twitch with a little Subnautica. Below Zero, of course, just launched. Anxious to get through the rest of the game there. But anyway, thanks a ton, everybody. Thanks for joining me here on this Monday. And I will see you all soon. Take it easy.